Good morning, South. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance with Honor Society officers.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll hear more from them later in the show. Good morning once again, and welcome to the Falcon Report for this Friday, the 7th of May, 2021, a day B1. I'm Aiden Andres. South's finally reached the testing month of May, which means the library will be a busy place for this year's in-person exam takers. To tell us what's still to come and the AP examination process, Joanne Rajan takes our coverage from here.
Starting this week, students participated in the culmination of their advanced placement classes, the AP exams. Following a period of extensive review and study sessions, students this week took their assessments in person in their predetermined designated rooms, including the school library. To assist those taking the exigent tests in person, Ms. Jacqueline Allen has used Microsoft Teams for communication in order to post reminders and to confirm each student that has a test. In future weeks and pouring into the month of June, remote AP exams are set to kick off, as those who chose remote examinations will take their test using the College Board's digital testing app.
This year I chose to do remote learning for my sophomore year. I'll also be taking the AP World History exam remotely. Most of my learning was on my own, which was much harder. And I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily worried about this year's exam, but I do think I'll do better in my own headspace.
As APs continue into next week, it's clear that South students are prepared and ready to complete the end of the year exams with success. Good luck to all AP testing students. For the Falcon Report, I'm Joanne Rajan.
And with the first wave in the books, best of luck to test takers in the coming weeks. What better way to teach physics than using roller coasters? Luckily for Mrs. Garces' 7th grade research class, students did just that in presenting the science behind their favorite rides. The Falcon Report's Esteban Ramirez has the story.
Thanks, Aiden. It was a thrilling experience in Miss Elena Garces' 7th grade research class, as students looked to analyze roller coasters. The researchers were split into 8 teams of 3, where they were tasked with selecting a unique roller coaster. Upon making their selections, the students conducted research on the device through relating it to many of the physics topics they learned in their science classes. When looking into the motion of the roller coasters, the researchers analyzed the associated electricity, momentum, acceleration, and velocity, among other things, which in turn provided them the data they needed to finally create their presentations. After around 2 full weeks of hands-on research, and then upon the careful crafting of PowerPoints, the teams provided their findings to the class.
Momentum is 0. Momentum is still descriptive. If momentum is mass in motion, then the motions are high around the
After
middle.
each presentation, the team's classmates had the opportunity to rate each presentation using an online Microsoft form. Using this rating as a basis, students dove into their peer review channels on Microsoft Teams and gave each presentation compliments and useful feedback for their classmates to use in the future. For the Falcon Report, I'm Esteban Ramirez.
Those presentations sure lived up to their potential. The National Honor Society has been a busy organization, and senior officers have surely been the backbone of a successful year. On this week's edition of our Senior Spotlight, our very own Hamid Abdul met with select officers to talk about their ventures. Hamid?
I'm here now with the National Honor Society President, Amrit Pabla. So Amrit, what is some advice you'd give to this year's new inductees?
For this new inductees, I would recommend that they remember to stay on top of their credits because the deadline is going to come very quickly, so it's important that they make sure that they're completing their credits. And also it's important to remember that when they're completing their credits, that the whole purpose of this is to help other people and do acts of services.
So Abby, what would be the most rewarding service activity you've done throughout your time here at South?
So the most rewarding service activity that I have done is donate to the local food pantry of Holy Mary. This year we donated over 200 pounds of food to our local pantry. There's nothing more better that we can do than uplift each other within our community. So that is what I feel like is the most rewarding.
So what are some of the upcoming events you have planned for the rest of the year?
So some upcoming events that we have planned is that currently students are tutoring underclassmen to help them finish off the 4th quarter off strong, as well as we are going to be volunteering at the Firehouse Blood Drive. And lastly, we are going to be having another food drive so we can restock going into the summer.
All right, thank you so much. We wish you the best. Back to you, Aiden.
When the Falcon Report returns, we'll hear far more about our victorious Quiz Bowl team. But first, a bird's eye view of Mr. Patrick Heaney's last day on the job. The Falcon Report will be right back.
Mother's Day's this Sunday.
When?
Sunday.
When is it?
Mother's Day is this Sunday, the 9th.
Oh! This Sunday!
New Honor Society participants need to get their credits in. Nearly 2,562,323% of Honor Society participants experience extreme stress and breakdowns if they don't have them turned in. Hallucinations may occur.
Is that a spider? Ah!
Colleges won't notice first. Don't forget your credits. Be active.
A few weeks ago, the Falcon Report covered the school Quiz Bowl team, who made a clutch comeback in the final few minutes of their match. The team has earned a major victory since, as the junior varsity squad won the Long Island Championship, and the varsity squad didn't come far behind. We'll bring in the Falcon Report's Dash Alshuler-Pierce for the story.
Last we checked in with our It's Academic members, they were preparing to head their regional Quiz Bowl finals.
Given only a week after their triumphant victory in playoffs, the competition kicked off as both teams faced an initial opponent to claim their spot in the semifinals. With both teams advancing, the junior varsity team swiftly defeated the Wheatley School, placing themselves in the finals. A nail-biting match, the finals against Great Neck North, saw our Falcons taking home the championship.
That is the correct answer. Oh my God, Riddick! I love you, Riddick! Riddick, I love you!
While the varsity team fell to Wheatley in the semifinals, they still took home the third place on the Island Trophy and title.
In the beginning, I gotta say, we were really cold. Riddick James stepped up. He was really leading us to the last round there, and then as a team, just all collaborated very well. And I'm proud to say that we took the dub in the end.
All in all, both our teams performed exceptionally well this year, and the remaining members are ready for the challenge next year.
For Falcon Report, I'm Dash Alshuler-Pierce.
Believe it or not, we're only 5.5 weeks away from a hot summer break, but the weather outside says otherwise. Can we ask the Falcon Report's Jackson Morton to make that rain go away? I sure hope we can. Jackson?
I sure wish I had that power, Aiden, but unfortunately, this trend remains the same. Brace yourselves for some showers this week, but not before sunshine today and a bit of clouds in the 60s. Tomorrow is where showers will strike again in the lower 50s and a chance of precipitation above 60%. We'll return to the 60s once more for Mother's Day this Sunday, where the sun shines yet again, but cloudy skies to follow. Not the worst of forecasts, but I better not see much rain in the coming weeks. Back to you, Aiden.
Some of the many spring sports teams taking on week 1 of competition was the varsity track team, whose schedules were jam-packed with 3 meets. To find out how our Falcons did, we'll turn to the Falcon Report sports producer, Kayway Basdale.
Thanks, Aiden. The track and field team blazed through their first week of official meets. A victorious start to the season as the boys team headed to Glen Cove. Performances by sophomore Julian Willie and juniors Jaden Sampson, Amir Green, and Joe DePace kept the Falcons in front, winning the meet by a score of 77 points. The girls then faced Southside, Mineola, and Manhasset yesterday, where senior Caitlin Ross dominated the 400-meter race as usual, and sophomore Tori Daniels had an amazing showing, winning the 100 and 200-meter dashes. And that's sports.
And before we leave you, let's take a look at the latest addition to South's campus. A long-awaited outdoor renovation has finally been installed, the press box. Construction began Friday afternoon, where the shiny red box was put in place. Although finishing touches are still to come, the sports and media world of South is grateful for this recent renovation. That's all for this edition of the Falcon Report. From our entire staff, stay safe and have a great weekend, South.